video, I'm going to rank my 4 wool coats based on a few different criteria. This is the first one I'm showing, and this is probably the lowest ranked overall. I did make a video about how I self-drafted this one a while ago. I'm very proud of the pockets because I did that all myself, no pattern, and I based it off an inspo picture and I got very similar results. The biggest issue with this one is the shoulders. As I was self-drafting it, I didn't put the sleeves in, and I didn't realize that the shoulder seam was way too narrow for my shoulders. I love the lining. It's this light pink kasha lining, which is flannel back satin, and it just makes me so happy every time I wear this coat. So here is the criteria that I'm ranking all the coats on. This coat for fashionability gets 3 out of 3 because I love the fabric and the shorter style is very chic in my opinion. Comfort, it gets only a 1 out of 3 because the shoulder issue I mentioned before makes the armholes a little tight, and so they kind of pinch. And the second reason is because I underlined it in hair canvas when I made it and then added another layer of silk organza, but the silk organza doesn't block the little fibers from the hair canvas from poking through the lining. So sometimes you get these little pinprick feelings and it's not super comfortable. Wearability, because this is a short wool coat that looks warm but also is short, so it's not very warm. You're limited to wearing this only in a very specific season where it's cold enough to wear a wool coat but not so cold you need a long one. So that's why it only gets 1 out of 3. I have this pink scarf that my mom wove me. I think it's like silk and maybe linen. And I decided to just show you what it looks like when I wear it with this coat. And I thought it was really cute, except that my cameraman pointed out the fringe kind of hangs out through the coat, which is maybe not the most flattering look. So better to wear it outside of it. Okay, here's coat number 2. This is a wool cashmere fabric. I got it in Toronto, and it's got a shawl collar, pleats in the skirt, double-breasted. You can see some funkiness going on with the shawl collar. It's because I tried to change the roll line, and that made the bodice more baggy and kind of made these weird rippling lines along the lapel. So I was really mad at that for a long time, but I've accepted it. I added this little patch of fabric for this inner button because I thought it would be more durable than just attaching it straight to the lining. And this is a black kasha lining again. I think all of these coats use a kasha lining. This coat is very fashionable, so I'm gonna give it 3 stars. It's very comfortable actually, but it does have a more fitted waist and shoulder pads, so I guess it's not as comfortable as it could be, so 2 stars. And wearability, this is the most formal coat I have. For that reason, I'm gonna only give it 2 stars because I like to wear this when I'm going out somewhere. This is the pattern I based it on, so the Butterick 6604. I made view B with the sleeve details of view A. And you can see in this picture what I was talking about with the shawl collar. In the picture, it's a little more rolled over. I wanted to kind of close it up more for some reason, and it did not work. So I would not recommend doing that. But at that point, I had already pad stitched everything, and so I couldn't change what I had done. So it's a little baggy, you can see, but I still love it. Okay, coat number 3. This one is blue, and this one is actually made of fabric, wool fabric that my mom wove. So it's herringbone weave, and she was able to get me these 2 colors. Love the pocket details. I lined them with Liberty cotton that I had left over. I did a bound buttonhole, and this button is actually from like an old vest I had, like an extra button. When you do a bound buttonhole though in a hand woven fabric that frays a lot, it's really hard to finish it on the other side. So I ended up just, as you can see, making another bound buttonhole and hand sewing it to the other side to finish it. You know, when in desperate times. And then the lining is one of my favorites. It's such a pretty lining. It's again Kasha, and the cream color is so pretty. This one, I'll give it a 2 for fashionability because I feel like maybe the blue and the oversizedness is not the most chic thing. However, it definitely gets a 3 for comfort. 100%, this is my most comfortable coat, and I wear it a lot for that reason. Wearability, I'll give it 2 of 3 because it is a bright color and it's shorter length, so if you're wearing like a long skirt, it doesn't look the best. I love pairing it with this, again, this one's knit scarf that my mom made me. Comment down below if you want to know the pattern. I can get it from her. I'm sure it's on Ravelry. But I'm obsessed with this pairing. They match so well, and yeah, just love it. One thing I did change about this pattern from the envelope was the lapels. Originally they're notched like this, but every version of it I saw online, that notch looked really messy, and I didn't like the way that they constructed it in the instructions. So I left it out. I just shaved it off and made my lapel more narrow. So that's that difference. And then I also left out those welt pockets with the leather triangles. That just seemed so unnecessary, and I couldn't find a matching leather that I liked. Also, I swear it's even. You can see it in this picture, it's even. I don't know why in the video clip it had kind of gotten shifted over. I wonder if it's because I wear my purse on this side, and so it gets constantly pushed and pushed over. I don't know. I just didn't take the time to straighten it out before I took the video. So apologies for that. Make your lapels even. Okay, this is coat number 3. This nice brown color. I still am so in love with the color of this coat. I think it was a home run in terms of color. It's got that back belt detail, beautiful sleeve details. I did bound buttonholes. It's got these welt pockets. That pilling you see is actually from a scarf that I used to wear with this coat, and the fibers just sticking to this fabric and balling up. Oh well. I did the bound buttonholes with suede on this coat because the wool was too bulky, and that was a great idea. Somehow I just had perfectly matching suede in my house. It has this snap here. This helps the coat from kind of falling down. And here is the beautiful lining. I think the brown and the blue, amazing combination. I love it. This one gets a 3 for fashion for me. 2 for comfort because it is a very thick wool, and so it's a little stiffer than another coat, and that affects the comfort. And wearability, I think this one's a 3 of 3 because it can be dressed down, it can be dressed up, it's long, so it really goes with whatever, and the color is so neutral. I love wearing this coat with this scarf. Again, my mom knit it for me. If you want to know the pattern, let me know. Because I think the cream and the brown look so nice together. But really, this coat looks good with any scarf. I used to wear it out like that, but that's how I got all the pilling, so I stopped doing that. Here's the envelope. This was, again, a Vogue pattern, and I changed the shaping of it a little bit. The original version had a little bit more of a curve out towards the hip, but I straightened mine so it wouldn't have that. And I left out the breast pocket because I was too nervous to do that when I first made this coat. And the one thing I wish this coat had was a vent in the back, just to allow for better movement. Since it is a kind of narrow coat shape, a vent would just allow for that ease of movement, just like a pencil skirt has a vent at the back. I hope you enjoyed this overview of my coat collection. I really enjoyed reflecting on, the choices I made and mistakes I made, things I did well. It was a great exercise. I actually made this video because I will be posting another Wilcoat construction video soon. So subscribe if you'd like to see this coat process video. I don't want to give away too much, so just subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.